slammed shut again. Etzel crawled to his feet and limped into the darkest corner of his cell. Wary and alert, he lay with his head facing the door. He watched for the man to return. Day turned to night, and the little dog grew cold and lonely. He missed his mother. He cried for her. He cried for Otto and Greta too. He cried too loud. The man with the booming voice returned. After that, Etzel no longer cried at night, but sometimes, when left alone in the fenced-in yard, he strayed off to a far corner. There he whimpered to himself, quietly. Hard lessons. "Sit!" commanded the man with the booming voice. Etzel furrowed his brow, as if trying to understand. It was his first day of police training, and he didn't know any of the commands. Not come, or walk, or sit, or stay. "You will learn," said the man, slipping a thick chain collar with a leather leash attached to it around Etzel's neck. He led the dog around the windowless room. Etzel had never walked on a leash before. He pulled and jerked every which way. Whirling, he nipped at the leather strap. "Sit!" commanded the man again. Etzel kept tugging. Snap! The man yanked hard on the leash. The collar tightened, squeezed, strangled. Etzel gasped. Panicked and choking, he flailed at the end of the leash. "Sit!" the man said again. He pushed the dog into a sitting position, then eased the tension on the leash. The collar released its vicious grip. Etzel panted. Lowering his head, he looked at the cement floor. "Walk," came the next command. But the puppy continued to hang his head. "Walk." The leash grew taut again. The collar squeezed and pinched. Etzel's eyes opened wide. His body began to tremble. Shouting the command one more time, the man dragged Etzel to his feet, forcing the puppy to stumble along on shaky legs. Around the room they went. Walk, sit, snap, went the leash. Walk, sit, snap, went the leash. Again and again. Day after day after day. And just as the man had said, Etzel learned. He soon obeyed every command without question. More hard lessons. "Let's have some fun today, yeah?" said the man. Opening the gate to the yard, he unhooked the puppy's leash and pushed him through. Etzel stared. It had been nearly a month since his arrival at the police station. In that time, he had smelled and heard the other dogs, but he hadn't seen them. Not until now. Woof! He gamboled toward them, tail wagging. A large dog with a fierce gaze named Teufel broke away from the pack. The hair along Teufel's spine stood on end. His lips curled back. Behind him, the other dogs stood tense and watchful. Etzel dropped to his belly, hindquarters up, tail still wagging. Teufel snarled. Etzel sat back. He cocked his head, studying the other dog. Teufel sprang. Darting in low, he slashed Etzel's shoulder with his fangs. Etzel yelped and turned to lick his wound. Teufel leaped in again. Knocking Etzel off his feet, he slashed the puppy's other shoulder before leaping clear. The remaining dogs took this as a sign to attack. They rushed at Etzel, teeth bared. Etzel scrambled back up to his feet. Tucking his tail, he ran as fast as he could. The dogs pursued him, snapping at his heels. One sank his teeth into Etzel's hind leg. Etzel stumbled and fell. The snarling dog circled. Only the arrival of the man with the booming voice stopped the attack. With several savage kicks, he scattered the dogs. Teufel and the others slunk away, but not without a few last rumbles and growls. Etzel lay on the ground, panting. His fur stood out in little tufts where the dog's teeth had mauled him. Blood ran down his leg, and his shoulders burned. From that day on, whenever he was left in the yard, he stalked around its edges, keyed up and alert for attack.